Hello, everybody. Schooner 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 8-15 Colorado Rockies taking on the 14-9 Los Angeles Dodgers. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Rockies and the Dodgers. Rockies have won game 1 of the series. Will the Dodgers come back to tie it up, or will the Rockies take a 2-game win game 2 of this series? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And here is the starting lineup for the Colorado Rockies. Leading off, the center fielder, Willie Travers. Batting second, the first baseman, Todd Hilton. Batting third, the left fielder, Matt Holliday. Batting fourth, in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Garrett Atkins. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Brad Hallpie. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting seventh, the catcher, Chris Anita. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Clint Barnes. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Mark Redmond. On the mound for the Dodgers, it is Brad Penny. Penny comes into the game with a starting ERA of a 3.54. 1 win and 3 losses. He's pitched 28 innings, allowed 20 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at historic Dodger Stadium, which gives a +1 to strikeouts, but a -2 to walks. And with that, Willie Travers steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .265. And here is the first pitch. And that is a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 2. Struck him out. Struck him in, and let's take a look at the starting defense for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've got Perry out there in left field. Jones will be in center, Kemp at right. Going around the horn, we've got DeWitt on third, Foucault being at short. Kent will be on second, Lonely at first. Martin behind the plate, and Penny is on the mound. Todd Hilton batting a .282, and here is the pitch. Hilton 1-1, column 1, row 1. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Power hit to Jones. Now, on a 1-3, it's a single. 4-11, it's a double. It's a 14. Jones goes back to the wall, makes the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Matt Holliday, 2 up, 2 down. Holliday batting a .330, and here is the pitch. Holliday 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a range play. Now, on a range play, we're going to check the first number of their defense, and that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's a base hit to Jones. His range is on a 1-3. Smacks a fly ball. That's a 1 in range. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. 3 up, 3 down. We go as the Dodgers retire the Rockies in order. We go to the bottom of the first. And we go to and here is the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Leading off, the shortstop, Rafael Foucault. Batting second, the left fielder, Juan Perry. Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Kemp. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the second baseman, Jeff Kent. Batting fifth, the catcher, Russell Martin. Batting sixth, the first baseman, James Loney. batting 7th. The catcher, the center fielder, Andrew Jones, batting 8th. The third baseman, Blake DeWitt, and batting 9th, the pitcher, Brad Penny. On the mound for the Rockies, it is Mark Redman. Redman comes into the game with a 4.91 ERA. He's got 1 win and 2 losses. He's pitched 22 innings, 25 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Rafael Foucault batting a .360, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a double to Holiday. And with that, Rafael Foucault will lead off with a double. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Colorado Rockies. We've got Holiday out there in left field. Travis will be at center. Hallpie at right. Going around the horn, we've got Atkins on third. Tulutsky will be at short. Barnes will be on second. Hilton at first. Anita will be behind the plate. And Redman will be on the mound. Runner on first. We're going to roll for a strategy. It's a 17. It's going to be a sacrifice play. Juan Perry is batting a 140. Infield normal depth. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, possible error on a ground ball. It's a sacrifice bunt. That's going to be a 2. It's going to be a bunt up the middle to the pitcher. I don't know, 1 to 18, bunt rating of a 5. The die roll is a 13 on a D20, and that's going to be a good bunt. So 1 out, and they'll move Foucault. That will get Foucault over to third. And that's going to bring up Matt Kemp. Kemp batting a 304, 1 out, infield in. Strategy rolls a 12, and the Dodgers are holding off. That's going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Hit by pitch, that's a 0. That's a 0. Redman makes it a -4. The 3 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's going to be good for a base hit. Up the middle to Redman. And with that, the Dodgers will get on the board. It's 1-0 LA. Jeff Kent batting at 254. Strategy roll is an 11. The infield is now at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-2. Column 3, row 2, fly ball to center field. Travers will get underneath it. Makes the catch and puts 2 away. And with 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy roll is a 3. That is going to be a steal attempt. They are going to send him. That's a 4. 17 on the stolen base rating. Redman will give a +1. Anita will give a +1. That's where we get the +2. That's a 17. And with that, Kemp will move over to second. Russell Martin batting a 381. Strategy roll is a 3, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-6, that is a 2. Struck him out. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Dodgers. After 1, it's Dodgers 1, Rockies nothing. We go to the top of the second. Garrett Atkins, Brad Hallpie, and Troy Tulutsky due up for the Rockies. Garrett Atkins batting a .395, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6, double star 2. It's going to be a ground ball down the third baseline to DeWitt. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Loney. And that is out number 1. Brad Hallpie batting a .324. And that is going to be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the walk range. We minus 2 because of from Dodger Stadium, so we're adding 8 to the range for his walk. That makes it a 23. That is a 16, and that is going to be good for a walk. So they'll walk Brad Hallpie. He'll trot on down to first. That's going to bring up Troy Tulowitzki. Troy batting a 224. Strategy roll is an 11. The Rockies are holding off. Infield, double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 2. Struck him out. So 2 outs. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime a 20 comes up on the strategy die, it is a pickoff attempt. On a 1-3, it's a balk. It's a 7. Nothing happens. Chris batting a 115, and that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That's a pop-up. DeWitt will get underneath it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, but the Rockies will leave one stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. James Loney, Andrew Jones, Blake DeWitt due up for the Dodgers. James Loney batting a 276. And the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5 at the ballpark. Anytime you roll result off the pitcher card is the at symbol. You resolve the play using the ballpark card. In this case, we'll resolve this play using Dodger State. We'll use the Dodger Stadium card, and that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Base hit out there in the center field. He finds the hole, smacks a blooper out there in the shallow center field, and Loney will get on with a base hit. So runner on first, strategy roll is a 10. The infield is at double play depth. Andrew Jones batting a 200. And here is the pitch. Dodgers holding off. And that's going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Possible error on a throw. And that's going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a pop-up. Atkins will get underneath it. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Blake DeWitt. DeWitt batting a 245. Strategy roll is an 11. Dodgers holding off, infield double play depth. And the pitch. And that's going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Line drive to Burbs. He'll make the catch. Out number 2. We're going to check for a line out double play. On a 1-2, it'd be at first. On a 3-4, at second. No double play. And with that, that's going to bring up Brad Penny. Penny batting a 182. Strategy roll is a 9. Dodgers holding off. And the pitch to Penny. Penny, 2-3, column 2, row 3, that is a blank. Penny, 2-3 as well, column 2, row 3, double star 4, come up to the double star line, over to the 4th position, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Holiday. He'll get underneath it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 2, it's Dodgers 1, Rockies nothing. We go to the top of the 3rd. Clint Barnes, Mark Redmond, and Willie Travers due up for the Rockies. Clint Barnes batting a .205, and here is the pitch. Barnes, 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's going to be a walk plus on a 1 to 14. Remember, we add 8 to the walk range. 16, too high. And that's going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Double star 6. It's a fly ball to Kemp. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Mark Redmond, no average yet. And here is the pitch to Redmond. Redmond, they are going to let him take the hit. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a blank. Redmond, 4-3, column 4, row 3. Line drive down the 3rd baseline to DeWitt. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and we go to the top of the order. Willie Travers, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a split result. Now, on a split result, you're going to check to see if the batter is left or right-handed. In this case, he is a right-handed batter, so we're going to look to the right-handed side of the slash, and that is going to be a walk. On a 1 to 8, that is a 3, and that's going to be good for a walk. And next up, it's going to be Todd Hilton. Hilton is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 12, infield normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Ground ball to Kent. And Kent will make the play, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, but the Rockies will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Rafael Foucault, Juan Perry, and Matt Kemp due up for the Dodgers. All right, Foucault, 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a base hit to Barnes. And with that, Foucault will lead off with a base hit. Next up, Juan Perry. Perry, who is 0 for 0, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 14. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, double question mark. On a single, on a 1 to 8, Perry being a left-handed batter, so we're going to look at the left-handed batter line here. Single on a 1 to 8, 18 too high. And with that, it's going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6, ground ball to Barnes. And is that going to be a double play? Tulowitzki being the pivot. That is a 0. That's going to be a 1. That is a 3 for the double play. We take a look at the D6 against the double play rating. And if the roll is greater than the runner on first, forced out at second. So with that, Foucault is forced, and Perry is on by fielder's choice. Matt Kemp batting 1-for-1 today with an RBI. And strategy roll is a 12, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-14. That is a 10. Struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Strategy roll is a 7. It's a steal attempt. They are going to send him. That is an 8. Remember, that's a +1. +1, that's where we get the +2. And that is going to be a stolen base for Perry. And here is the pitch to Kemp. Kemp is 0-for-1, by the way. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6, double star 2. It's a ground ball to Atkins. His error range is on a 1-7. That is a 15. No error there. And that'll be out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on after 3. It's Dodgers 1, Rockies nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's going to be Matt Holliday, Garrett Atkins, and Brad Hallpie due up for the Rockies. Matt Holliday, 0-for-1, and the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that's going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. And that is going to be a question mark 8, power hit to Jones. On a 1-9, it's a single. 10-11, it's a double. 12, it's a triple. It's an 8. That's going to be good for a single. But Jones's range is on a 1-3. That's a 5. He can't make the play. And with that, Holliday will get on with a base hit. And by the way, Jones is 4 for 6 on his range plays. Strategy roll is a 5. It's a hit and run attempt. Garrett Atkins, 0-for-1, and the pitch. Atkins, 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a walk on a 1. The 14 is too high. Oh, by the way, on a hit and run, all ground double plays will get a -2. Base run ratings will get a +2. Home run and walk ratings for the batter are cut in half, and we round those down. Lineouts are double plays, and should Atkins strike out, we resolve the play as a steal. And with that, it's a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a double out there in the right field. It's a 6. The lead runner thrown out. So Holliday tries to score. Actually, wait. No, that's right. I was going to say that. So it's a -2 for the base run rating, -3. That's where we get the 3 for his base run rating at. And let's see, we have a 6. Lead runner thrown out. But if the trailing runner's BR is greater than or equal to the throw, to the roll, he advances on the throw. So Holliday, thrown out at first. He goes home. Kemp throws it. It's a 1. Straight to Martin. Martin. Holliday comes in, slides. Let us smoke at the plate. The umpire calls him out. throws him out at the plate, and Atkins, who's on second, remember the lead runner is thrown out, but if the trailing runner is BR, his base run rating is a 2, that is a 6, is greater or equal to the roll of the throw, he advances. It is not. His base run rating is a 2. That is a 6. And he'll hold. So, runner on second, and that's going to bring up Brad Hallpie. Hallpie is walked his last time up. Strategy roll is an 8, 1 out, infield normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That's a split result for Brad. That's going to be a base hit. Atkins will go to third as he waved around home. He'll go from second to home on a 2 through 6. That is a 2. Atkins will score. And this game is tied at 1. Troy Tulowitzki, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Strategy rolls a 15, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. This time it's going to be a range play at the ballpark. And that is going to be a ground ball to Foucault. His range is on a 1-2. That's a deep hit. His range is on a 1-2. That is a 6. He can't make the play. And that's going to put runners on first and second. Hallpie goes to second. The stop sign goes up. He will hold. And we've got runners in first and second with 1 out. Strategy roll is a 13. Infield double play depth. Chris Anita is up. He's 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a blank. For Chris, that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, double star 5. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Jones. And that'll be out number 2. We subtract 1 from the base run rating. That is a 2. And if the D6 is less than or equal to the base run rating, he would advance to third. He does not. He will hold. And with that, runners on second and first. Clet Barnes is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6. And remember, with 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, home run on a 1-6. It's a 7-0. It's going to be a fly ball to Perry on a 7 is too high, 6-1. It's going to be a fly ball to Perry, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Russell Martin, James Loney, and Andrew Jones due up for the Dodgers. Russell Martin, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up, and here is the pitch. And for Martin, it's going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's going to be a home run on a 1-10. That is a 10. And that ball is out of here. That's a fly ball down the left field side. Holiday runs back after it, and that ball is into the pavilion. And it's a solo home run by Russell Martin. It gives the Dodgers a 1-run lead. And that is Russell's first home run of the replay. And the Dodgers have taken the lead. James Loney, 1-for-1. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. That is an 8 in range. Struck him out on a full count. And that'll put one away. Andrew Jones, 1-for-2. And here is the pitch. Jones, 6-1, column 6. Row 1, home run question mark on a 1-9. The 18 is too high. Nothing happens. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a ground ball down the first baseline to Hilton. Hilton will make the catch. And that'll be 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Blake DeWitt. DeWitt is 0-for-1. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6, strikeout on a 1-8. The 15 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4, double star 4. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Holiday. Holiday makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 4, it's Dodgers 2, Rockies 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Mark Redmond, Willie Travers, and Todd Hilton due up for the Rockies. Mark Redmond, 0-for-1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's going to be a range play. By the way, Brad Penny can face 8 more batters before he is considered tired. Ready? 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Kemp. Kemp will get underneath it. And with that, Kemp's range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Willie Travers, 0-for-1 with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is the at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 3-1. We're going to go to the ballpark card. We go to Dodger Stadium for this play. 3-1, column 3, row 1. It's a ground ball to Loney. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Todd Hilton, 0-for-2, and here is the pitch. Hilton, 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a strike. On a 1-9, that is a 5. Struck him out. So the Dodgers retire the Rockies in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And none left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Brad Penny, Rafael Foucault, and Juan Perry due up. Brad Penny is 0-for-1, and here is the pitch. And by the way, Mark Redmond can face 6 more batters before he is considered tired. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a line drive to Barnes. He'll make the catch. Throw it over to Hilton, and out number 1. We go to the top of the order. Rafael Foucault, 2 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's a double to Holiday. And Foucault will lead off, well, gets on with a double. Juan Perry, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 1. It is a steal attempt. They are going to send him. It's a 17. That is an 18. He got caught stealing, could not get back to the base in time. And that'll be 2 away. Juan Perry, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, range play. Whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, power hit to Hallpie. On a 1, it's a single. 2 to 6, it's a double. 7 to 10, it's a triple. It's a 2. That's going to be a double. Hallpie's range is on a 1 to 2. It's a 6. Hallpie can't make the play. And that went out. And with that, Perry will keep the inning alive. He gets on with a double. Matt Kemp, 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and an RBI. Runner on second. Infield normal depth. Strategy roll is a 9 with 2 outs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's a double to Travers. And it's a 1-hopper off the wall, and 1 run will score, and the Dodgers now have a 2-run lead. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Jeff Kent, 0 for 2 today. Strategy roll is an 8, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's going to be a ground ball to Tulowitzki. His error range is on a 1 to 5. That is a 2. It's an error. And it's a 1-base error. And that's going to put runners on the corners. Russell Martin, 1 for 2 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 6. Runners on the corners, infield normal depth. And the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. 6-1, column 6, row 1, ground ball to Tulowitzki. By the way, that's his 5th error that he's committed for the replay. That's a ground ball, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on for the Dodgers. After 5, it's Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. We go to the top of the 6. It's Matt Holliday, Garrett Atkins, and Brad Hallpie due up for the Rockies. Matt Holliday 1 for 2. Brad Penny can face 5 more batters before he's considered tired, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, double star 1. That's a ground ball to Kent. His error range is on a 1 to 6. That is a 7. No error there. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Garrett Atkins is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And here is the pitch. 1 out, by the way, nobody on. Infield normal depth. That is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3, home run on a 1 to 8. The 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Perry. And that'll be 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, Brad Hallpie. 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, possible error, Hallpie. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 5. That's going to be a fly ball to Jones. His error range is on a 1 to 2. That is a 1. And that is a 1 base error as the center field drops the ball. And if we had a runner on second, he would advance to third, but we do not have nobody on second, so it's just a 1 base error. Troy Tulowitzki, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Runner on first with 2 outs. Strategy roll is a 14. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is going to be a walk on a 1 to 8. That is an 11 outside of the range. And that's going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, double star 3. It's going to be a ground ball to Foucault. And that'll be out number 3, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and 1 error, and 1 left on. As the Rockies will leave 1 stranded, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's James Loney, Andrew Jones, and Blake DeWitt due up for the Dodgers. And with that, Mark Redmond is tired. We are going to have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rockies. So Colorado making that call to the bullpen here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They are down by 2 runs, and they are going to go with Glendon Rush. Will come into the game. He comes into the game with an 18 ERA. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, no strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Mark Redmond. He went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 5.0. So 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for Rush. And here is the pitch to Loney. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, possible error. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's going to be a ground ball to second base to Barnes. He'll make the catch. There. Error range on a 1 to 7, the 14 is too high, so no error there. And that'd be one away. Andrew Jones, 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1 to 16, that is a 7. That's going to be good for a walk. And with that, Jones will trot on down to first. Strategy roll is an 11. Blake DeWitt is 0 for 2. 2 out infield, 1 out infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3, hit by pitch. That is a 0. Glendon will give a -10 to that. That makes it a 0. The 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, to Tolutsky. He'll make the catch there. Do we have a double play? That's a -1, Barnes being the pivot. So when balls are hit to G6, if it's a left-handed batter, the pivot is going to be second base. Ground double play is a -1. Barnes will give a 0. That makes it a 1. We take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. That is a 1. That is a 4 on the d6. And the roll is high. So remember, if the roll is higher than the base run rating, the roll is greater than the ground double play rating, the runner on first is forced out. So with that, Jones is forced out at second. DeWitt will get on by fielder's choice. It's 2 outs, runner on first. And with that, Brad Penny is going to come up. He is 0 for 2. Strategy roll is an 18. And here's the pitch. He is going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a walk plus on a, that's going to be a walk plus on a 1 to 8. The 14 is too high. He doesn't walk. So remember, we add 10 minus 2. That's where we get the 8 from. So does not walk, and that's going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, pop up to the shortstop. Tolutsky sees it, rush pointing to it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Dodgers. After 6, it's Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Chris Anita, Clint Barnes, and Glendon Rush due up for the Rockies. Brad Penny can face one more batter. They are going to send him back out there. Chris Anita, 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. It's a range play. And that's going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Fly ball back there to Kemp. He'll make the play. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 2. He'll make the catch. And it puts 1 away. And with that, Brad Penny is now tired. They're going to keep him out there. Clint Barnes, 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. Barnes, 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1 to 4, the 8 is too high. Now, remember, Brad Penny is tired, so if we roll a 1-2, a 3-2, or a 4-6, we'll automatically go to the bullpen. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, fly ball back there to Kemp. And that is out number 2. And with that, Gordon going to take the hit. And here is the pitch to Gordon. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2, home run on a 0. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2, fly ball back there. Jones goes back, eyes it up. As we sing, take me out to the ball game. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. The Dodgers retiring the Rockies in order. 3 up, 3 down. Let's take a look. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Rafael Foucault, Juan Perry, and Matt Kemp due up for the Dodgers. And Glendon is going to go back out there on the mound. So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 had been played here at Dodger Stadium. The Rockies scoring the only run in the 4th inning. It's 1 run on 4 hits with 1 error committed. The Dodgers scored a run in the 1st, a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, 3 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. So with that, Rafael Foucault, 3 for 3 today with 2 doubles and a run scored. It's 1, 2, and 3. It's the top of the lineup for Glendon. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Dodger Stadium for this play, and that's going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Ground ball to the shortstop. Tulowitzki makes the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Juan Perry is 1 for 2 with a double and the pitch. Perry 1-1, column 1, row 1 at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's going to be a fly ball back there to right to left field. Holiday gets underneath it. And that is going to be out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and Matt Kemp is up. Kemp is 2 for 3 today with a double, a strikeout, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 6-4. Column 6, row 4. That's going to be a double. Rush being a left-handed pitcher. Traverse's error range is on a 1 to 5. That is a 20. That's a throwing error, runner advancement. Otherwise, no error. And with that, Kemp will get on with a double. Matt Kent gets on. Jeff Kent up. Kent is 0 for 3. He is going to take the hit. And with that, he is 0 for 3. Strategy roll 17, infield normal depth. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Possible error. And that is going to be a 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Ground ball up the middle. Error range is a 0. That is a 10. And that will retire the side. And with that, it's no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Dodgers. After 7, it's Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Willie Travers, Todd Hilton, Matt Holliday due up for the Rockies. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Dodgers. And they are going to bring in Corey Wade. Corey Wade is going to come in. Wade, no ERA. He's pitched 8 innings so far. 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Taking a look at the stats here. for Brad Penny. He went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.09. Lori Travers, top of the order. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Travers going to take that. The only change is going to be at second base. Jeff Kent is going to come out of the game, and they are going to bring in Angel to take over at second. No double switch for them. They're going to leave everything else the same. Travers, 0 for 2. He is going to take the hit. Travers, that's going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a walk result on a 1-8. The 18 is too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a fly ball to Perry. Perry will make the catch, and that'll be 1 away. Todd Hilton, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And they are not going to let Hilton take the hit. Instead, they're going to bring in Scott Hosnick. Hosnick going to come in. He's batting a .286. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-8. The 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball to Bedora. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 2 up and 2 down. Matt Holliday, 1 for 3, and the pitch. Holliday going to take the hit here. It's a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Strike out on a 1-10. That is a 4. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we're going to go. So it's no runs, no hits, and no errors. As the Dodgers retire the Rockies in order, we go to the bottom of the 8th. And with that, we do need a new first baseman, and they're going to bring in Joe. Joe will take over at first. Hall Pie going to come out at right field as well. And they're going to bring in Seth Smith. So Smith going to take over at actually, no, we're going to leave that as is, so no double switch. They're not going to do the double switch, Russell, and we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rockies, Rush coming out, and they're going to bring in Jason Gurriel. So Jason's going to come into the game with a 9.57 ERA. He's got no wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Glendon, he went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk. An ERA of a 6.0. 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup due up for the Dodgers. Russell Martin, 1 for 3 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. He is going to take the hit, and that's going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. It's a strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 7. Struck him out. And that'll be 1 away. James Lonely, 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Lonely going to take the hit. And that's going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, double question mark, double star on a 1 to 14. That is a 14. We come to the double star line now. Double star off the picture card. If you're playing the physical game, you're going to roll 1d6 to determine what the auto out is going to be. If you are playing the PC game, which we are playing here, it'll automatically do it for you. It will randomly choose it. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Holiday. And that'll be 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Andrew Jones. 0 for 2, walked with a walk. He is going to take the hit. Jones, here's the pitch. Jones, 5-3, column 5, row 3. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Jason gives a -3. That makes it a 0. The 3 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 5. Ground ball to the shortstop. Tolutsky will make the catch there. And that will retire the side. So the Rockies retire the Dodgers in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. Easy inning to score. We go. After 8, it's Dodgers 3, Rockies 1. We go to the top of the 9th. Garrett Atkins, Seth Smith, and Troy Tolutsky do up for the Rockies. Rockies down by 2. Corey Wade done. So with that, we are going to go back to the mound for the Dodgers. And with that, they're going to bring in Hong Chu, let's see, right, Chin-Ho Park is going to come up for the save. So they're going to pass it to Chin-Ho Park. 2 wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings. Allowed 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. He has a starting ERA of a 1.43. Taking a look at the stats here for Corey Wade. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strike, no ERA. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Dodgers Stadium. The Rockies scored the only run back in the 4th inning. It's 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. The Dodgers scored a run in the 1st, a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, nothing in the 8th inning. 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. 2 errors between both teams in this whole game, and 13 hits between both players. Garrett, it's 4, 5, and 6. It's the heart of the lineup. Garrett Atkins. Atkins going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. Atkins, 4-2, column 4, row 2, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Dodger Stadium. It's a 3-5, column 3, row 5. It's a base hit past second base. And with that, Atkins will get on with a base hit. So, runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason we have them turned off is we take the difference in the score. It's a 2-run game. We take the 2, add it to the inning we're in. We're in the 9th inning, so 2 plus 9 is 11. If the number you get is higher than 10, strategy rolls are turned off until you bring the number down less than 10. Seth Smith, 0 for 0. And with that, Garrett Atkins, they are going to bring in a pinch runner for Atkins, and that is going to be Ian Stewart. Stewart is going to come in a pinch run here. Seth Smith batting a .286, and here is the pitch. Smith, 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's a strikeout on a 1-12, 13 too high. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a double into left field. Perry goes back. It's a one-hopper off the wall. Stewart goes to third. Is he waved around to home? It's a -2. It's a +1. So it's a -1. Base run rating is a 2. And remember, if the row is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, he will advance. And with that, Ian Stewart is waved around home, and he'll score standing up. He crosses it as Perry throws it in. Foucault will cut it off, holding Smith at second. And the Rockies are now down by 1. It's a one-run game. Troy Tulowitzki, the tying run now at the go-ahead run at the plate. The tying run is on second. It's no outs, runner on second. Strategy roll is an 18, and Troy Tulowitzki is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5. Row 4, that is a walk on a 1-8. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a ground ball up the middle to Park. He'll make the catch. And with that, it is a roll of a 6. And with that, and the out is at first. Runners advance and balls hit to the shortstop or the pitcher if the BR beats the roll of a D6. That is a 2. That is a 6. He does not. And that is out number 1, Chris Sanita. Strategy roll is a 5 with 1 out. Runner on second. Infield at normal depth. He's 0 for 3. Is he going to take the hit? He is not. And with that, Corey Sullivan will come up to pinch hit here. Sullivan. Let's take a look at his stat. 2 games, 1 at bat, no average just yet. Strategy roll is a 2. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, walk plus. Sullivan being a left-handed batter. That is an 8. The 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a pop-up to Badora. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away, and the Rockies are now down to the last out. Clint Barnes, 0 for 3, gonna take the hit. Barnes, here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 16. 1-1, column 1, row 1, strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 7. Struck him out! And that is the ball game as the Dodgers come back. It's to win this game 3-2. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. And the Rockies will leave 1 stranded. Final line score coming right up. So the final score of the game, Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Brad Penny will get the win. Mark Redmond picks up his 3rd straight loss. Penny goes to his 2nd straight win. Chin-Ho Park will pick up his 1st save of the replay. Russell Martin hits the only home run of the game, and that's his 1st home run of the replay. Rockies, 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. And the Dodgers, 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. 15 hits between both teams. Let's take a look at the stats here. Brad Penny, who will pick up his 2nd win. He'll win 7 innings. allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.09. Mark Redmond, who will pick up his 3rd straight loss, he went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 5.0. Jason Grill, the last pitcher up for the Rockies, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 7.89. Jin-Ho Park picks up his first save. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 2.47. So that's going to do it for us here at Dodger Stadium, as the Dodgers will improve to 15-9 and the Rockies will drop to 8-16. And the series is now tied as we head into the rubber game of this match. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile, and remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.